Okay, quick look through Thursday's end of day closing screens. So no US today. We've got the 250 in the small caps really catching a bid today. Risk on sort of market there, and large caps and FTSE 100 DAX just narrow sideways days. We've got some screens. Cheers, James. Sound and vision. So let's just buzz through the markets quickly. Obviously we've already been through the US, but we're just having a recap on what we saw. Well, a recap on yesterday's closes. Strong move in the Russell there. DAX, FTSE 100, and then strong move in the 250 in the small caps. So, you know, money definitely ploughing into the more risky end of the market here. First pullback. So let's just buzz through these markets. I'll just quickly have a look at how gold is doing today, sideways. And before I rip into the screens, I'm just going to go through a few of I get a lot of questions on sort of swings and stuff like that. And you'll notice that I do the intraday sort of stuff a little bit more when we're in the pullback, and once these things have moved out of the buy zone, you should be sort of basically building a bit of cushion on winners. So I'm just going to go through. Not all of these made the end of day dash, but obviously everything makes the signals dash, and as you'll see, a few of the stocks I'm going to mention are ones what, you know, most of them are going to be liquid and orderly when you view them. So we're mainly going to be FTSE 100 and some 250. So I'll just go kind of in order of setup. I don't think they're in the right order. Until we just had this swing point on this day here, and you know, it's moved a little bit, but IMI still bumbling around in that pullback area, but you know, we've had a swing point on that one. BBY, high volume swing point. It just plowed higher, that one, didn't it? Almost traded a swing move already. KIE, high volume swing point, dipped down into an area where you could have got filled on weakness as well, and it's had 3 strong up days. AV, obviously this one fired off. It was on Wednesday's end of day, and dipped down into the zone. Up it goes on volume. AV, PRU. PRU, very hard to catch, but it went through the screen, so I thought I'd add it anyway. Choppy liquid compared with most we've seen. Curry's lovely liquid action on this thing here, and obviously, you know, it just basically, if you didn't buy it above the previous highs, you didn't get a chance to buy it on a pullback anyway. But easy on reward to risk, that one, very easy. CNA, same, you know. Let's think here, you know, as a swing, it's first pullback. It's my favourite sort of setup, but this was the buy day, and this is, you know, day 2 after. But for buy, if you was buying on the, you know, the after the swing close, swing day, after the signal day for the swing, I'm saying, obviously, you know, every setup from here all the way to new highs is somewhere in between the swing day. You know, this will always happen at the start of a move. Whether you're set up, you know, there's lots of ways of taking swing trades. I'm just showing you my widest, loosest method of getting on board these things. So that's CNA, and I think NG was another one. If anyone can think of any others, shout them out. But this was kind of an outside up and a hard one to catch, really. But I think there was better out there. And, you know, there's probably 10 or 12 takeable swing trades gone through from this early pullback stage. And I think, you know, it's psychology again, isn't it? You know, if you're taking your best ideas and they're not working, you're not going to, you know, it's not going to be very good. Well, I say, you know, it's going to be hard, but to keep buying more. But if you take your best ideas and one of them fails, one of them works, and you roll into the next one on the next best one you find, and on the day you might get filled on one, not on another. You know what I mean? And just only moving forward, not just racking up a load of you know, you don't want to be racking up a load of hate with no sort of forward momentum in the ones you've got, do you? You know, so that's the way. You know, that's the sort of market. It's always going to be that way. It's always going to be quiet. Nobody turns up, do they, when the markets are in a pullback? But it's always going to be the prime hunting ground. You got to turn that psychology upside down and learn to sort of you know, if you're going to be the person who buys pullbacks, you know, on small caps it's a little bit different than on liquid large caps. On small caps you can sort of maybe cultivate a bit of a pullback watch list and focus in on those a little bit easier. But on the liquid large caps, it's always going to be a case of turning up when that market's in that pullback zone. So everything we're trying to sort of turn around is people's psychology, and that's why we're kind of working on this as well. And we'll, you know, going forward, we just see, you know, we've seen a few pullbacks in the 50-day, and we've seen this thing pull in twice now since I added it to the screen, the fear and greed. And I think that will all help with psychology. So moving on from that, I'm just going to fly through these screens, see what we see. We've got a few more today as well. We've got 64, so 25, 35, 50, 64. It's been building all week. Banks, investment trusts, new highs on the move on ECOR. I'll just punch this one in. Industrials, a boring area, but high price stock as well, but just throw it in there. See what we see, because we do see a base building. We've got hiccups. Clark says CKN. Light on its forward numbers, this one. So it's going up all the same. Is that I was going to say, is that a sector move or who knows? New highs on the move for ZEG as well. And into the swing points. And then the end of day. What's updating? Move something. Investment trust, get through those. Smith's Group, so that's the first swing style stock there. Look at that action on the day there. Crikey. Gapped it right up and then just sold it right back down again. News days are noise days, even in FTSE 100 stocks. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? So, yeah, I kind of see that. Should I write that one down on the list and we'll monitor. I haven't brought the screener up. Hang on a minute. Know your earnings dates and all that. Raw screening being done. Got time to go digging for earnings dates. ELIX. So this one's choppy stock. I drew a base here, didn't I? We've got a swing point. Let's have a look at the volume here. We're very, very light, aren't we? Very light. That's down to, I mean, the market just went dried up for small caps. Well, this is a mid cap, by the way. Mid cap stock. But it's up there on the GTRS. Trades choppy. I can't remember what it does. Business support services, this one. Not exactly. You know, if it was an 80p stock, I'd be looking a lot closer. Is it a swingable? I hear you all say. I don't know, so I've just put it on another list so I can just bring up the intraday in a minute. Polar Capital. Audio Boom. Kind of normal pullback, isn't it, from highs there? Not the tidiest. Let's have a look at a weekly as well. Focusrite. All over the show, isn't it? disorderly base. Golden Rock Global. Or reverse up to Doc Martens and just bring up the GTRS for that one as well. Always worry about the death on stuff like this. It's a fantastic IPO, that one, wasn't it? Lost 90% of its value. So, classic case, you know, is it going up or is it going down? Well, got to trade 52-week highs if it's going up. Ignore this first move. What does it trade first? Lows. So, I'll just bring up the end of day. Quickly go through these. One of those 10-day range longs on CMCL. That's showing up as a swing kicker. Obviously, we're in a bit more beta in the gold space, in the metal space. I'll have a look in a minute if that how liquid that one is. TRB, Tribal, moving on. Keys, moving on. GFRD. That's a range long as well after the swing point. POLR and Tune. Yeah, I mean, Tune kind of looks, you know, it's nice pullback there. You just wish there was a nice orderly base there, or some kind of decent price action. You know, it's basically working into this bit of supply here, but it's not exactly, you know, we call that the early bird, don't we? Active low, higher high, first pullback, and you know, either yeah, you know, it's a hard setup to buy. I get a bit artistic, don't I? Artistic or autistic, one or the other, but you know, I like defined bases and not undefined bases, and I like to work around this base. I mean, that's kind of a second pullback, and anyway, I'll jump back into, I've got a folder over here, and just put this one in it, and I'm just going to have a quick look how liquid it is, because I know I can do this. Not liquid at all. So there you go. It's not a swing stock, is it? If you look at SMIN, this is real basic stuff, but where has it gone? Hang on a minute. SMIN, I'll put that one in as well, and then show you that one on the intraday. He says, come on, share scope, you can do it. So, you know, a bit more liquid, you know, this is what it looks like. It's a liquid stock. And I'll just go back to that ELIX, and, you know, this is an illiquid stock, obviously. So you can see wide spreads and liquid price action. Just wanted to show you the two. The two what sort of caught my eye today would be SMIN. This one if you're going for a bigger move. And what was that last one we just looked at then? I've already forgotten. Oh, crikey. Was it tune? And tune. If you were going for a bigger move. Let me just punch that one in again. You're looking forward a bit on some of these. You'd want to dig deeper. If you're going for a bigger move, you'd want to dig deeper. If you're going for a short move, you want to try and find your earliest dates. That's the moral of tonight's end of day screening session. I will leave it there. Cheers all. Hopefully everyone's having a better week this week. Last week wasn't bad for us, but this week's a lot better. Cheers all.